What is going on, YouTube? Pass the prop back here. Yet again, we have a 15-game MLB slate today. Every team in action. Joined as always by my guy Stu. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. It's been a long week for me over here. Lost power. I've been kind of sick as well. Just not amazing combo, but hopefully we can end the week on a high note here. Obviously, like you said, a big-ass MLB slate today. Excited to break it down and hopefully make a little bit of money.
Yeah, actually, these slates are fun for me, but I don't play DFS on these nights, man, because you got to be damn near perfect. So many variables, so many numbers. For a guy who's not a 150er, you can't really even do it, honestly, which sucks. But I enjoy it from this perspective where we obviously have a lot of different options. And I know we both are rolling with plus money today. So we can – did we even get on here from our – I don't even know if we got on here from the last one for a recap.
Well, probably not since Memorial Day was Monday. Then
I don't think I don't think we did this one.
I do not believe Neto hit this one. I think you went 0 for 4 that night.
Okay. White Sox Rangers. Shout out Smith, bro. Shoved on him. He went fucking.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm pretty sure he went 6 shutty on those Rangers, and Molly obviously doing everything he can to be awful. That's why I said you can't bet on the dude. The dude's a fucking bum. He's a bum, and ain't gonna change anything I have to say about the guy because the dude finds a way. He knew I was betting the under, and he found a way to suck. He had like 4 runs in that game. But yeah, shout out Smith for doing his thing. End up cashing on that one. So 1-1 on the show there. We went 1-1 yesterday or Wednesday as well. Obviously, Stu just talked about the power being out over there. So we did post. I know Stu dropped that for us. Hopefully, I'm assuming you guys are following. So I'm trying to remember what your play was there because I know we went 1-1 on those.
I had a hit parlay where Julio didn't get a hit. But I will say it was good spaces. It was good spaces. I nailed a bunch of other ones. Norby, he got the hits, runs, RBIs. That Marlins-Padres game went way over. And then you obviously nailed it with your play you're about to talk about as well. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, we cashed on the under 17.5 outs on Kikuchi in that one as our best bet. I kind of said it on there when I looked at the number. I thought it'd be 15. I literally thought it was going to be a 15.5. And I thought it should have been. But holy shit, man. They gave us 17.5. And honestly, when you get the numbers that are that different, you kind of have to roll with it, right?
100%, and you nailed it. I mean, what did he throw? 29 pitches in the first inning or something like that, like a bunch of walks. I mean, yeah, you pretty much nailed it. I mean, my only problem is we talked to on Spaces. I played freaking Yankees team total over 4.5. They've got like the bases loaded in each of the first 2 innings, and they can't do shit with it. So that was the only bummer right there for me. Is obviously Kikuchi did his job, but you kind of nailed it with just the walks and then kind of sneaking out of trouble. It's exactly what he did.
Yeah, dude, he did. He tightroped, man. He tightroped the entire game. He probably should have got blown up in that game, but Bellinger, he needs to be better, man. He's been fucking dog shit. Everybody's just gonna walk Judge now because you kind of just do that when the guy behind you sucks. And Bellinger, I think he left like 8 guys on base, which is pretty fucking impressive. To be that dog shit in the game is pretty impressive. So. Happy he signed all that money because the man's ass.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride for him. I mean, I don't know, up and down, but a lot more downs recently than ups.
Yeah, no, for sure, and that obviously sucked for your bet there because all it takes is one swing. We get to it. So, what was this? 21-15 at 14 units here. I'm crossing those 4 plays out with the 2-2 record. There, so Stu, we got a big slate. Where you want to start here?
Well, I'll be Captain Obvious over here. Talk about freaking the nightcap we got tonight. I mean, the two best teams in baseball, Yankees versus Dodgers. I don't know half of baseball world isn't watching this tonight, no matter what teams you like. It's a little late. It looks like 10:10. It's also on Apple TV, whatever the fuck that is. But besides that, I mean, fantastic game, fantastic matchup. I mean, I'm pumped for that one. That's got to be the easy selection. I mean, probably one of the easiest selections of the year, honestly. I'm hyped to see the series, see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty telling that the Dodgers in this game are throwing probably their worst arm, and they're plus 102, and the Yankees are throwing their ace. So, and that's pretty telling to show you the Dodgers are kind of in a class of their own. Because, I mean, if you throw Yamamoto versus Fried, man, it's what? Minus 140 to the Dodgers, right? Minus 135 to the Dodgers. So, I think that's pretty telling, man. It just shows that if I can get even a little bit lower disparity in starting pitching, I might be having to bet those Dodgers coming along here. But yeah, that's the big game. Obviously, I'm always a Brian Wu guy, so he's also in that late game there. I'm also just interested in this absolute shit show that's going to be this Braves game against Boston. I think Giolito is absolute washed. But man, this Red Sox team, dude, they are so hit and miss. It is really tough to ever want to bet on them either. So it's like two guys that like lesser of both evils, man. I hate both of them. I hate Giolito, so I can't bet the Red Sox. But the Red Sox have been at the end of the series against the Brewers, they did start to kind of swing a little bit. So I would like to take the Red Sox to score some runs. Giolito's just been so bad. Maybe it's just an over game, but the books already have it at almost 10 runs here, so it's making it tough for me to even want to think about betting a number that high.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask you about the over in that one, but that makes sense. 9.5 is not a number you really want to get to unless it's like Coors or something like that, or Wrigley on a windy day,
Yeah, and I don't even think you can bet Coors like that anymore with how bad that Rockies team is.
Yeah.
Right now, they are going to be the worst team ever. And it's the funny thing is, dude, is I have 3 Rockies in my best ball lineups in my big one, and I'm doing just fine, bro. Because I got Tovar, Doyle, and McMahon, and none of them do well all the same week, but they always alternate. So I get one of them to send into my top, and I'm like, I have Trey Turner and Bryce Harper in that one, so it's like all I need is fucking one of McMahon or Tovar. Push his way up. I got Norby in that one as well, so it's just like they're very good at having one guy do well for a week and nobody else, and then it just rotates. So for best ball, they're actually a really good team. They're really fun, and they yet no draft capital involved because they're so fucking shitty. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Stealing a couple points is always good, but yeah, to actually watch them in real life is freaking brutal. So, yeah, I haven't watched too many Rockies games this year. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think one other game I do want to talk about before we get going here is that Angels Guardians game is intriguing to me. Luis Ortiz has not been great, but still has a 25% K rate facing against an Angels team that strikes out a ton. Jose Soriano, I've been a big fade guy. Because he's been throwing a lot more strikes. I've been taking a ton of hits against him. So now I'm intrigued, because obviously it's a game where you rarely see Guardians games like 8.5, 9s, right? Usually you're seeing them when they're at home. They're like the 8.5 or like 8, 7.5. So it's intriguing to see even the books kind of think that the runs will be scored in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I got a prop in that one, so that would definitely be nice over there. But yeah, it's 2 hittable pitchers. You know what I mean? And I think that gives you a chance no matter what. It could lead to a pretty chaotic game. And I the Angels also kind of suck as well. Like they got good moments, and then they got some really ugly moments as well.
I was about to say, I'm like, I don't know if I would be the word I'd use. I'd use just hit or miss. They're just a power team that when they're on, it's 4 bombs. When they're off, it's a shutout. It's really that simple, which makes them a good long shot team, right? If you want to take like alt spreads against, right? I mean, or alt spreads for. I mean, they've been doing it. So let's get into it. I know you just talked about you having a bet there. We have 22 of you guys in here live with us, joining us on our Friday afternoon. Appreciate you. If you could hit that like button, we appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's push these likes. We'll try to get to 30 likes by the time we get out of here. Because obviously, how many other shows putting up 14 units? MLB, man. MLB is tough, bro. MLB is a grind, and obviously even just be up double digit at this point in the season, I'm feeling pretty damn good about it. So let's kick it to Stu and give us your plus money spot.
Sounds good. We got Jose Ramirez runs scored plus 105. Obviously, if you're on gambling Twitter, if you bet hitter props, or even if you just kind of vaguely pay attention, you know he's on a crazy hit streak right now. I believe we're either 20 or 21 games at this point. I think he's.
I thought it was 22.
Oh, okay.
Either 21 or 22 because I have Jose in fantasy, so I get my updates.
You're loving that. You're loving that. No doubt. But I mean, it's funny because I've been betting like hit parlays, stuff like that for a while. Like obviously Jose has been just one of the best guys to bet on in general over the last couple of years. But like it feels like you're not seeing guys go on these mega 20-game hit streaks as much as they were in past couple seasons. Like that was almost a trend you could ride a little bit more. But I haven't noticed anyone. I believe this is the highest one of the season. And we're not really seeing that same consistency. So it's awesome to see Jose hit this well. But even during that span, right, even over those games, he still has 19 runs scored during that span. So it's not like he's being like stranded on base all the time. And originally, I was looking at some hit parlays, and I was looking at Jose Ramirez to be part of them. But the price wasn't great, as expected, for a guy on a crazy hit streak hitting 318. But more importantly, when you go to the matchup against Soriano, over the last 4 starts, 3 walks, 4 walks, 3 walks, 4 walks. Like, man. You guys know that the walk is really kind of the killer of the hit parlay. It's why the hit runs RBI market has been, so good to me over the years. And I see Tyrone in chat with the little batter versus pitcher, 4 for 10 with 3 bombs. 2 of those were earlier this year as well. So it's not like we're going back multiple seasons or anything. I don't look too closely into stuff like that, but it's good to see, especially when it's in the same season. You've already seen the guy. The stuff may not surprise you as much as somebody else. But we're on an insane heater right now. Obviously, he's hitting at an extremely high level right now. He's scoring runs. He can get on base very consistently. And when you have a guy like Soriano, who you were kind of complimenting him for throwing more strikes earlier in the season, and it was like interesting. He kind of was like,
he was like sub 5% walk for a little while.
Yep, he looked like he kind of changed his game up. He was getting more soft contact. The strikeouts were down a little bit, but he was compensating for it with the inducing soft contact. But now that we're walking everybody again, we're kind of in no man's land. You know what I mean? We're kind of in that weird spot where it's like you can't really afford to be like 21st percentile chase rate, 20th percentile K rate, and then also 20th percentile walk rate. Like you can't be, not missing that many bats, allowing some contact, and then still walking people at the end of the day. And obviously, I still do like the hit parlay kind of angle, but with just how consistently he has been scoring over this run and the home runs in the past, obviously, it gives you confidence he can drive himself in if need be, right? That's always kind of the best feeling in the world when you bet one of these guys. They just hit a home run. Don't waste anyone's time. You don't need to depend on somebody else to score. You right here. Additionally, Soriano is going to really heavily rely on the sinker. And then he's going to bring that curveball as well. Those are 2 of obviously Jose's best pitches. 370 batting average against the sinker, 889 slugging so far this year. And it's not like this is a new thing either. Obviously, it wasn't that insane, but over 350 and over 600 slugging against the sinker last year as well. So these aren't new. He's had video game numbers against that pitch for the last couple of years. And then the curveball, 286 batting average with the 500 slugging, one of his better run value pitches as well. Like Ramirez is just extremely consistent. He's on an insane stretch right now. We've got a matchup that I'm really not intimidated at all, whether he's, hitting and getting on base or whether he's walking on base. I think we're going to have multiple opportunities. And then once the starter's out, we have a weak bullpen to take advantage as well. You can always get bailed out by that at the end. So I just love the splits right here. I love betting Jose Ramirez. I don't know if there's a guy that's actually made me more money over these last couple of years in terms of hitter props, in terms of consistency. And I was surprised it was plus money looking at the hit price and then looking at hits, runs, RBIs, which you guys know I love to go to. That one's sitting at about minus 145, minus 150. So you're paying some pretty heavy juice. If you send hits, runs, RBIs, I mean, the run is a big part of that. You know what I mean? He has more runs than RBIs during the span. It's obviously nice to have both those options, but the difference between paying minus 150 and then paying plus 105, especially when the walks are a huge part of the equation, that was enough for me to take this plus money prop. So I might throw him in a hit parlay maybe if I'm getting a little bit bored later, just because I do think he'll get on base a couple times here. But I love the run scored at plus money, and you can get it over on DraftKings.
Yeah, I do not mind it. Obviously, I'm a big Jose Ramirez fan myself, so I just like how he plays, man. I enjoy how he plays baseball. Nothing flashy, but does everything well. I mean, he swipes bases, hits homers, plays great defense. It's nice to see. Obviously, he got that big payday, which is well deserved. Now that you lose Naylor right to Arizona, so now it's like he's that dude, man. He is that dude. So. I like the spot. I'm going to be going to another plus money spot as well. And I'm going to go to David Peterson. Not a huge guy, not a huge fan of him overall, but I do like him today. On the under 4.5 hits allowed, plus 115. Obviously, love the numbers. Let's just talk the Rockies first before I talk how David Peterson has been doing here. Colorado against left-handed pitching has a 28% strikeout rate, an 8% walk rate, and a 201 batting average. That's horrible. We talked about how god awful the Orioles have been against lefties, right? And they have a 62 WRC plus. The Rockies are the only team below that with a 54 WRC plus against left-handed pitching. That is horrendous. That is one of the lowest numbers I've ever seen. And it doesn't hurt that you're going to get a lot of these guys that are better from the left side, like Toglia. I think he's a switch hitter, much better left-handed hitter. McMahon, obviously, horrible against lefties. Even Brenton Doyle, who I thought would be a lot better against lefties, has not been good this year against southpaws. Then you go up and down this list, like, I'm not worried about really anybody here except for Ezekiel Tovar, right? And he ain't going to give me 3 hits, right? So, like this spot for him. He's been obviously very, very good. Do I expect regression to come? Yes. His expected ERA is about full run higher. But I do like still 9% walk rate. So we do have that possibility there for him to, walk guys versus give up that hit. Also at home so far this year, he's had really good numbers. A 2.84 FIP, which is fantastic. I also really like that he does have a very low home runs per 9 split, 0.26 home runs per 9 at home so far this year. And just a number that I'm feeling pretty okay with, right? I mean, you go a full game, he goes a complete game, he gives up a home run every 4 games, right? That's how crazy that number is. That is elite number. He has given up hard contact, but most of it is going on the ground, which obviously is very, very important. His launch angle against is phenomenal. It's like 4, a lot of ground balls. Obviously, a guy relying heavily on that sinker. Going to be getting a lot of those. So I do like this spot. Obviously, against lefties, he is unbelievable. Like his splits against lefties have been wild. 157 batting average. No home runs. I think 2 extra base hits. Like, pretty crazy stuff. So I like that spot. I also do like, when we talk about I talk a lot about these guys who, do better as the game goes on, right? I think the Mets have finally figured out like where his sweet spot is, because his first 2 times through the order, this dude is absolutely lights out, right? 2.7 xFIP second time through, 3.37 first time through. That third time through is where he kind of gets hit a little bit. But in this spot, right, we can probably get through 5 and a third, and still be kind of just getting to that third time through the order. So I do like that. And that is why I'm not going to the earned runs, because I'm hoping that he's at like 2 or 3 hits. Then he kind of, struggles in the zone a little bit, maybe gives up a hit there, but he has a 15% walk rate third time through the order, which is awful. So hopefully he can run up that pitch count that third time through the order. Hopefully it's with walks and not hits, but those first 2 times he's been elite every time he's out. So I think this is a great spot for Peterson. Obviously fading the Rockies is nothing new. But against lefties, they have just been terrible. It didn't matter. Christopher Sanchez, Luzardo, both of them in Coors lit these boys up. Now you get to have to travel to New York, where Peterson has been great. Sign me up. I do really like this spot for David Peterson to get the job done.
Yeah, I was just about to say Peterson obviously has better splits at home, and then we all know what the road Rockies look like. It's somehow worse than the home Rockies, playing in the most beneficial ballpark. Like when we were roasting them earlier, that's all included. So obviously getting them out on the road. And like you said, I mean, they're quite literally on track to be the worst team in the modern era of baseball, like right now, unless they have some miraculous comeback, which obviously isn't going to happen if you've watched this team play at all this year. It's not like they're like loaded with potential. I mean, shout out to like Tovar, some of those guys that are solid, you know what I mean? But I don't know. There's been a lot of Nats hate recently with the Rosenthal article. I'm all for it. I'm all for being critical, but like you got to feel for like a Rockies fan out there. It's pretty bleak right now, and like you mentioned, 200 on the season, like against what was that against lefties or just in general? I don't remember, but either way, it sounds about right to me.
Yeah, they've been terrible. My biggest thing is like none of those guys right now are that are going to be their top prospects are like ready yet. Yeah. Right. I do still like collect cards, so I kind of stay in market with Bowman stuff. Mm-hmm. And I will say I do like Condon. He'll be good. Yeah, I think he's going to be an absolute monster. But like he's in high A, right? He's not coming up and helping this team, right? I believe their third is like Carrig or something like that. Carrig. Something like that, and he's in Double A, right? Like there's the only guy they brought up that's their top prospect is that Dollander, who's had a couple decent starts, but like there's no prospects that are like, Colby Mayo, like for the Baltimore, where they're like right on the edge, right? They're not the AAA guys. They're like 2024. Nope, probably 2026, right? Those are going to be the times when they come through, and I think this team could turn it around hitting wise because they do have some good hitting prospects coming up, but. Yeah, so it's a bleak time, and hopefully they'll get a couple more prospects, and this team will turn it around here. So,
yeah, I mean, I hope so, just for their fans' sake. They got a good fan base, a good stadium as well. I've never been, but I've heard it's a good stadium. Like, just seems like they deserve something after all this pain, all these couple of years, So. We'll see. And it's also tough to be a pitching prospect, a guy like Dollander, right? Imagine going up and you got to pitch in Coors against like the Yankees or something in your second start. It's like it's hard to build confidence like you can with young guys and other teams as well. And obviously, how important the mental aspect of the game is. So, hopefully those young guys pan out. Hopefully they're going in the right direction. But for now, we'll take advantage of, fading them as much as humanly possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are good with those. Let's get a quick recap here, Stu, and see if we got some long shots to get to.
Sounds good. We got Jose Ramirez runs scored plus 105 over on DraftKings.
Awesome. And we'll be rolling with Mr. David Peterson against the Rockies. Under 4.5 hits allowed at plus 115. Stu, you got any long shots today? I know we've kind of been hit or miss on when we've been kind of using them. Just because there hasn't been that many, there's been a ton of spots we've liked. But any thoughts for you on what you would like to roll within a plus money spot?
Yeah, I've got one bet. I bet Ketel Marte home run. We don't know if he's going to play. He's had an illness these last couple days, but I think he suits up. It looked like the beat reporters kind of thought he was going to suit up. It's not like he broke his hand or something like that. It was just an illness, and obviously going against my Nationals, Jake Irvin. Maybe it's still in the top of my head. One Ketel Marte just rocks. And I'll probably have him in a hit. I'll 100% have him in a hit parlay by the end of the day. Just the only thing with any kind of guy that might not play, never play them on FanDuel. Always remember that. FanDuel will count your bets if they pinch hit and they don't start. No other book is doing that. So right now, Marte for a hit is minus 370 on FanDuel and minus 240 on DraftKings. So obviously, you're going to play that on DraftKings anyway. But even if it was a better price and you don't know if the guy's going to start, you either wait or you don't play it on FanDuel. Just a little reminder, I see people get screwed by that like once a week. I feel bad. But if you're in the game, you should know that by now. FanDuel, they'll take your money right there. But going up against Irvin, obviously, had some power issues so far this year. I like Irvin. He's a solid pitcher, but Marte's a great hitter, and I think he's going to have success. He crushes the curveball, which is what Irvin really relies on. Irvin's fastball is kind of unspectacular. So, yeah, I just think there's going to be good opportunities for Ketel if he does end up suiting up today, which I believe he will. But it's still not confirmed yet with the illness stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely not a bad look. I think for me, I think I'm going to be a fucking chalk piece of shit today.
Okay.
I do think I'm going to be a chalk piece of shit. And unfortunately, I don't like doing it. But I just talked about it, and I feel like I have to go to it now that I said it. Highest scoring game going to be that Boston game. I'm going to go to it. And it's plus 800, which is gross, absolutely nasty. But what I do like, the teams that are, along with it, right? It's the Orioles White Sox game is third, right? 9-1. I don't ever put my money on the White Sox doing good things.
Yeah.
Right. The Brewers are so hit and miss, dude. And I hate Taijuan Walker. And there's like late rain concerns. So like this game could end in the 7th inning. And they're not pulling my money for that shit. They're gonna start this game. And if we get to the end, hell yeah. And obviously this is the number one game in terms of weather. I think it's blowing out there. And we always like those types of games in Atlanta. That ball can fly. And you got to remember, dude, this Atlanta team just had to go through the fucking gauntlet, man, and face those Philly arms, dude. They just got away with getting against Christopher Sanchez yesterday. Zach Wheeler, they just got to him, right? That's tough, man. Zach Wheeler gave up 6 runs in his last 3 starts before that. Gave up 6 runs last night. So, fuck Giolito, bro. That guy's ass. We're fading that, man. We're going to fade him. And I do think that Holmes – regression's coming, man. That I don't think that guy is as good as what his numbers are right now. Grant Holmes, I think, is a end of rotation starter, not like a 3 where he is right now. His expected ERA, again, not very good. He's got an 11% walk rate. Like, a lot of stuff I like, boys. A lot of stuff I like in this one. So sign me up, man. I'm going to go with that as the highest scoring game. And I'll also be playing that straight bet at 9.5 as well.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, also, I was looking through. Holmes has given up some kind of rough barrel rate numbers to lefties. It hasn't really gone through in like the counting stats, like ERA and stuff yet. But in some of the advanced ones, I do believe social regression. And you don't really want to be struggling against lefties against Boston. Probably not a recipe for success. So I agree. I actually really like this call right here. I was kind of looking for ways to play this. I was even thinking of Devers. Bomb could be on the table, or total bases or something like that. But yeah, I like this at 800.
Yeah, dude, it's tough because you're like, you sit here and you're like, I want to fade this guy. I want to fade this guy. Well, I feel like this is the only option at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just going to say, what's the Dodgers-Yankees odds in that? Just out of curiosity.
I did look at them. They're like 950. Yeah, I would have needed a little bit more.
Yeah,
unfortunately, just because of Fried. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But if I was gonna play it, I think I would just go straight to the Yankees because my God, that bullpen for the Dodgers has been bad. But again, the Yankees they're 16-1, and that's like 8th best. All these other teams are all like there's 4 teams at 16-1, 3 teams at 14-1, like.
And 16-1 is just Yankees' highest scoring team solo. I could get there. I think I could get there for a couple bucks. Nothing crazy, but I like going to that side rather than the total game. But
yeah, dude. I mean, I almost just have to just out of just straight respect for the Dodgers take them at 20-1. Like, fuck, I don't care. I know Max Fried's probably the AL Cy Young right now, bro. Like, he's been that good. I mean, the Dodgers 20-1, the best offense in the league. Like. I bet them at 13-1 because I thought that shit was crazy, right? I bet them at that's when I thought those odds were nuts. And now I'm going to get almost $7 more. I get it. I know I'm not going to do that, but it's just like you see a number like that, you almost have to hit it. It's like, fuck. 20-1, dude? That's like teams to win the fucking Super Bowl, bro. Like, that's like Super Bowl odds of like bad teams.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
I'm going to take the best offense in baseball to just I don't know. I'm talking myself into this, but I don't want to.
I get you though. Sometimes you just make a bet based on the number, even if you know it's not as likely. You see a good number, it sticks out to you. Sometimes there's just value in that. It's kind of the same thing used to do back in the day with those K-leader ones, where it's like, yeah, this guy isn't normally the best strikeout guy, but at 75-1, it's like, I'll do it.
He's gonna be damn good. All he's gotta do is just fucking throw the ball over the plate.
Yep. So interesting that these markets are fun. I wish they brought back that case stuff as well. Obviously you've been killing the high scoring games, so that makes it more fun when you win. But I wish they'd bring back more of the other ones as well.
Yeah, it's been kind of weird, dude. They've been weird with it. FanDuel doesn't even offer it anymore, which sucks because they always had better odds. So DK is the only option, just because you don't see 7 different teams within 16-1. Like, that's nasty. That's gross. But they're the only market that offers it, so that they kind of can do whatever they want. So, all right, guys, we got 11 likes so far on the video. We still got 23 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button. Stu, anything else from you before we get started? Also, I got to make sure I put the Marte homer. What was the odds on that?
Plus 425. But yeah, no, I mean, I see Professor T said Giolito under 4.5 Ks. I like that. I think that's a good look. I'm fine fading Giolito tonight. Yeah, if you want more props from me, I'll have the newsletter stuff out in an hour or two. Then definitely take a nap, try to recharge, log back in. But yeah, it's been a long week. Hopefully we get some winners right here. I ended it on the right way. I got to pay for groceries again. I lost my fucking power. All my fucking groceries in my freezer are gone, So I got to run that whole thing back. That sucks, But, it is what it is. I'll be all right over here. Just winning bets will make it a little better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. How long was it out there?
24 hours.
Oh, it's nasty stuff. And so you couldn't even open you open it and it's fucking all that cold air is out of there.
You gotta slap your hand away because it's just muscle memory to think about it, and you're going we're at 9 hours. Stuff could get saved. Maybe food safety experts wouldn't recommend it, but I'm not one. I'll risk it, But at 24 hours overnight, it's I'm kind of fucked here. But it is what it is.
We're happy it's back on. We're happy it's back there. If you guys are real baseball fans, make sure you guys are watching some of that college baseball shit, though. It'll be intense over these next couple of days. I love watching these regionals, these super regionals. I've been watching the college softball World Series, dude. That shit is just fun to watch at such a high level. So if you guys do have ESPN Plus, I know that they have a lot of those games on there. Just some really good baseball to watch, and you can put some good bets out there. I know I have a bet already out there for some college baseball. This is fun times for me. I really, really enjoy this time of year when you have baseball everywhere. So excited for that. Obviously, Omaha coming up in 2 weeks. That'll be sweet. I was watching that game. I was up till almost 1 o'clock watching a softball game last night, boys. 1 o'clock. And the only reason I was because I'm like, damn, bro. Both of these are Pac-12 schools moving to Big Ten. They face each other a ton. And it was intense, man. I do have to say, I got to find out this dude's name who's on the UCLA coaching staff. That was just a giant fucking cock to these people. I'm like, what are we bitching at these people for? They won the game on a walk-off homer. And this dude walks to home plate and starts motherfucking the girls on the team. I'm like, what are we doing here? I got to find the guy. I'm going to have to look it up and just roast this fucker because you can't, they don't camera angle to him, but you could just see him on it. I'm like, dude, why you gotta make it about you, bro? You didn't do shit. You're sitting right there. You're probably a strength and conditioning guy. What are we doing here? Definitely. I definitely have to look it up because this dude, he's been living rent free in my head today because I'm just this guy's a fucking tool. He is a fucking, and he's gonna be on it. So make sure tune into UCLA's next game. You'll see the guy. He looks like a tool, so you'd be like, yeah, he's probably the guy I'm talking about. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about. What a douche, dude. Fuck that guy. I'm now cheering against UCLA. I liked them, but I'm cheering against them now. I am full fade UCLA if I can get – I might just do it out of this principle. I don't even know who they fucking play. But I'm taking the other team because fuck that guy. So I kind of have to do that. But I think it's on Georgia today. I'm taking Georgia to score 11 runs, bro. They're going to just fucking mash, dude. Those SEC schools are cheat codes, man. So, yeah, I got to get my rant in. And that guy – I'm gonna have to look him up, bro. I'm actually very intrigued at what this guy, because I know I can see his face right now, and it's just flashing up there. But
Yeah, send me the video if you find it. I mean, I missed all.
Yeah, dude. It was like it wasn't on like the act. Like you could see it in the corner, but like like if you play ball, you're doing it, right? You're like you go out there and you see a guy walking out there. There's no other reason for you to be walking that far over unless you're talking shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you would just stay in the back. Like this girl just hit a walk off homer. Let the girls go sober. No, this dude's out there. I'm gonna have to find it.
All
I'll
right.
send it to you soon. You're gonna be like, wow, dude, that guy is exactly what Justin said, man. That guy
No, I
looks
like
a
your
tool.
description of he looks like a tool. You'll probably just recognize him if you like that because I can already envision it. I'm ready to go. Last thing before we get out of here, Tyrone asked, "Did you ever play MLB Showdown growing up?" I don't know what the fuck that is, so this is.
You never play MLB Show?
I didn't play video games until I was like 15, so no.
I haven't played video games since I was 15.
There we go.
Mine
at like 17. I had a little run, but actually I still every once in a while. But yeah,
I played when I made me sound older here, but I played like I was like NFL Street. I was playing like Slugfest, bro, with Barry Bonds and shit. Dude's a cheat code there. Like those are what I was playing. I played MLB The Show like on my PSP, bro. That was my last time I ever played those games because I was traveling for ball. We were on road trips and shit, and I could bring that along. So, I definitely was more of like that, like MLB The Show, like first couple of years where I would play like, I had to make my guy good and play, and that was just when I was on the road. But I haven't played the video game since fucking Wii, man. That's the last time I ever touched a video game. I just can't. I just feel like
I only played it on a Wii. I never had like an Xbox or anything like that either. So I played it a little bit. I liked NBA Jam back in the day.
I have that
as well. And then he said it's a card game, 2000, 2001. Yeah, that's when I was born. So unlucky. Unlucky.
Yeah, I was a 90s guy still, but I was 5, so 4 or 5. So yeah, I was not playing a card game, unfortunately. But I think we should be good. I don't think there's anything else. I think we should be good. I would rather take the Braves team total over the K's though, just because I watched the Braves just swing and miss ad nauseum against Christopher Sanchez yesterday, so maybe that's just ingrained in my head because it was yesterday and it's just recency bias. But I definitely would for sure want to be on the team total before I go to that. But yeah, I think we're good. I think good show today. I actually really liked what we had. I will say to this one, let me see. He took LSU at plus 700. I like LSU. I think they're very, very good. But I just don't know if I see anyone beating Arkansas. I know that it's just chalk. I'm being a chalk ass again. But they're plus 500. And truly, I think it should probably be plus 300. Like I think that team is just that much better this year. The transfers and everything have been really fucking good. So I'm not betting on the champ. I'd rather just bet game by game on these and kind of see where everything goes. But yeah, tough. It's a tough market, man, because they're just like, that there's like 4 teams that are just significantly better, right? And it's Arkansas, LSU, Tennessee, North Carolina, all of them sub 10-1. Nasty stuff, bro. That's nasty.
Yeah. Well, good luck. Good luck. I don't know shit about college baseball, but good luck. I'll tell you're over, you said earlier,
Yeah, I think it's Georgia team total at 10.5. I just locked that in. So, all right, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back Monday. Haven't checked the slate, so just make sure you guys check. Over on Twitter, make sure you know if we're going earlier or later. If you guys could hit that like button, we're almost at 20. Thank you guys for doing that. We will be back after the weekend. Best of luck on your bets, and we'll catch you soon. Have a good one, guys.